Hey ladies, here we go. We're having a little chit chat time. Okay, so I asked you all to ask me some personal questions just because I feel like I've never given a formal introduction. Not that I feel like I haven't given a formal introduction on YouTube. Obviously, YouTube is a much more intimate setting than TikTok or Instagram. Like, this is for the people that really watch me and watch my life and want to get to know me. So this is just kind of my formal introduction to YouTube. If you do not know, my name is Samantha Rose Real and I was born and raised in Orange County, Southern California. Best place ever in the entire world. I just recently moved to Dallas, which I'm going to get into, but I never left Orange County. I was there my whole life basically until 1 month ago, and now I'm in Dallas. I asked on Instagram for you guys just to ask me anything basically about me, and I got a lot of the same questions just rephrased. So I kind of condensed the questions into like categories. Let's get into it. I'm gonna start off with some lighthearted ones, just kind of rattle them off. Basically got asked just some favorite things of mine. So favorite TV shows, movies, places, and snacks. My favorite TV shows, one thing about me, I cannot finish TV shows for the life of me. It has to be literally the best show in the entire world for me to finish it. The only extensive show with multiple seasons that I've ever finished is Yellowstone, and it is my favorite thing literally in the entire world. If I could meet John Dutton, like I wish Kevin Costner was John Dutton in person so that I could meet him, and Beth Dutton. Beth Dutton is my inner monologue. Like if you get a bad side of me, I am Beth Dutton. That is what's going on in my head at all times. I do not put that side of me forward. I like to put kindness and goodness into the world, but inside I'm Beth Dutton. Just so you know, I have her inside of me, so don't cross me because she will come out, and she has come out before, just letting you know. Yellowstone, 1883, 1923 are both the prequels of Yellowstone, so I loved them with my whole entire heart. I finished all of Yellowstone, all of 1883, and all of 1923. And my second favorite TV show is Outer Banks. I love Outer Banks. I don't know what it is. Something about being in South Carolina. It's just my favorite thing in the entire world. Wish that I could live in the Outer Banks show because I just think it's that cool. Favorite movies. I love movies. Probably one of my favorite activities to do ever is get one of my favorite meals and sit down and watch one of my favorite movies. Like it will never fail to put me in an amazing mood. It's just one of my favorite things to do ever because I love eating and I love movies. So I wrote down all of my favorite movies because I really had to think about it. Sandlot is number one. That has been my favorite movie probably since I was in 7th grade because my dad loves it and my brother loves it because it's a baseball movie. Both of the Sandlots I love. I know every single line to the Sandlot movie. Every single line. Every line. The new make of Tarzan, the live action Tarzan with Margot Robbie and Alexander Skarsgård actually makes me speechless. He's probably one of the most beautiful men I have ever seen in my life, but like specifically the gorilla type of man. Like I don't like love him as an actor, but his character in Tarzan, because he's actually a royal prince, but then he has the gorilla side of him, and I'm just like, I love you. And also Margot Robbie is my queen, so that movie is just chef's kiss. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, The Choice, American Sniper, We Are Marshall, Remember the Titans, and Where the Crawdads Sing. Huge, wide variety of movies, but if you know any of those movies, all of those play to different elements of my personality. Like, so well. Where the Crawdads Sing is the most recently added to my list. I was just blown away because it's not a very me movie, but I loved it. It's an amazing movie. If you have not seen it, you really should see it. It's so good. Any true story movie, sucker for them. I love them. This is gonna be like a 50-minute video. This is just gonna be a movie. My favorite places ever are Orange County, where I was born and raised. It's my favorite place ever, my happy place. Napa, California, gorgeous. Wine is like my favorite thing ever. So Napa, California, if you have not been, you should go wine tasting. It's perfect. And Maui. My family has been going to Maui since I was born. I've been going my whole entire life. I couldn't even tell you the amount of times that I've been to that island, but specifically Maui, favorite place ever. My favorite snacks. I'm a huge snacker. If I could snack all day, every day, and never have a meal, I would snack all the time. My top snacks that if they are in front of me, I will eat all of them. I will finish the bag, I'll finish the plate. I won't stop eating them. Popcorn, any type of popcorn. Butter, kettle corn, salted, no matter what it is, I love popcorn. French fries. If there are French fries in front of me, I will eat all of them. Every single one. I will not stop until they're gone. A charcuterie board and wine. If I could have a charcuterie board and wine for every single meal, I would do it. Another lighthearted one that I thought was really cute was, if every single person has a superpower, what's yours? I was like, oh, that's cute. I believe I have a lot of superpowers, but my most defining one, I believe, is my intuition. Like, my intuition is never ever wrong, whether it's about people, about a situation, about anything. Intuition is always, always right. Like, I'm the type that if my friends and I meet somebody and I'm like, don't trust them, I don't like that something is off, it's always right. It's always, always right. And that is why I have so little friends, honestly, is because I am so strong. And I meet someone and I'm like, you're cool, you're nice, like, I'll always show you kindness, I'll always be good to you. But there are so few people where I'm like, you're such a good egg and I love you. Like, that's so rare for me to find. So when I do find them, like, I keep them so close. But always, constantly, like, when I'm meeting people, I'm like, no, not it. Like, my intuition is just so strong. So I would say that's one of my superpowers for sure. Dallas. I got so many questions about Dallas in so many different ways, so many different types of questions. So I'm going to answer how I'm liking it, why I moved, and my favorite places in Dallas. How I'm liking it, I love it so far. Like, I'm actually so surprised that I feel as at home as I do already. I've only been here for a month and I just feel 100% like this is where I'm supposed to be at this point in my life. Am I gonna be here forever? Probably not, maybe not. I have no idea. Maybe I will be. I love it here, like, so much. Specifically being in the city of Dallas, I think it's exactly what I needed for right now in my life, because I really wanted a much quicker pace of life compared to Orange County, because Orange County is suburbs, it's very slow. So I really wanted a bigger city that had a little bit more fast of a pace, but I wanted good people, and that's exactly what Dallas is. Just the perfect happy medium for me right now, and I am so happy to be here. Why I moved. I kind of already explained it. Like, I kind of just needed a change of pace, and my sister was already here, so it made the thought of moving away from home a lot easier because my sister's already here. I didn't explain. My sister lives in Fort Worth. She went to TCU. She got her MBA from TCU, so she's still in Fort Worth. She was debating moving with me. That was kind of always the plan, was for us to move in together in Dallas. And then she chickened out, and I was like, you know what? You do whatever you need to do. I'm still moving. I need a change of pace. I need to do something for myself completely on my own. And that's what I did. And so happy and thankful that I did it, because I love it. And my favorite places in Dallas, I don't have too many yet. I've only been here for a month, so my list is definitely going to grow over the next year that I'm here, but these are my places so far. I'm excited to watch this back in a year and be like, oh, those are not my favorite places anymore. Or maybe they will be. So shopping, Highland Park Village. That is easily my favorite place to shop because it reminds me of Fashion Island, just way smaller. The shops there are designer or just very curated. So if you're not looking for designer prices and you're not looking for expensive shopping, I would suggest North Park. But Highland Park Village is my favorite because it has all the stores that I'd want to shop at. Market specifically. Market, Conservatory, and Frame, Rag & Bone, all my favorites. My favorite coffee shop that I found in Texas is actually not in Dallas. It is in Weatherford, and it's called Ironworks. It is my favorite coffee. Literally, they just make my vanilla latte with cinnamon so well. They just make it so well. It's my go-to drink. I get a medium vanilla latte with cinnamon powder mixed in as well as on top, and I get it with whole milk. Best thing in the entire world. In Dallas, my two favorites are Sip Stir Coffee House and La La Land. They're just a little bit more mainstream. And I honestly have been making, you can't see it, but I got a espresso machine when I moved in here. So I've honestly been making a lot of my coffee. I haven't tried as many coffee shops as I've wanted to, but those are my favorites so far. Favorite restaurants. So we're gonna go in order how much I like them. 60 Vines. is my favorite so far. I have yet to top it. It is just so good. Like, their food and atmosphere combination is superior to anywhere else that I've tried so far in Texas. Behind that, Nick and Sam's, like a steakhouse. It is so phenomenal. It's like an experience because it's very loud and their food is just crazy. Such a good thing. If you're coming to Texas, I would recommend Nick and Sam's like immediately because they have such a wide variety of food on the menu. So I would recommend that. Pearl Sushi for sushi. And then my two favorites in Fort Worth that I'm there honestly a lot for date night or whatever you want to do just to go and experience are 97 West and Lonesome Dove. And then for drinks and going out, my favorite place to go out so far is the Stockyards. The Stockyards is just so much fun because you can go and bar hop, you can go to dinner and then go and bar hop, you can wear your boots and your jeans and do all the things. It's very Texas vibe. And I just love it. It's just so much fun with a good group. The video is actually gonna be an hour long if I don't speed it the heck up. I got a lot of questions about like healthy lifestyle, workout routine, all of those things. So I'm gonna try to concise them and sum them up into like a little bit because I will be here for hours if I don't shut up and stop talking. What's my workout routine? How to balance a healthy lifestyle? How do I balance alcohol and fitness? And how do I have self-discipline for animal-based? So I'm gonna start with the specific things that I believe are key to a healthy lifestyle because that'll kind of sum up how I manage it. I believe if you learn how to balance and regiment all of these things into your routine, you will live a healthy lifestyle. Number one is diet. If you figure out a good diet that works for you, that's all you need to do. Mine is animal-based. That is the best thing I could possibly do for my body and my mental state. Like, I've never felt better than I have when I was doing solely strictly animal-based. Obviously, I can't do animal-based as strict as I was doing it on 75 Hard because I would never be able to eat out or enjoy being with my friends or family or drink. And I don't drink a lot, but when I do, I like to enjoy it. I love a good glass of wine, a good cocktail. I like enjoying it and the vibe of it. But when I'm not doing that stuff on the weekends, I am eating solely strictly animal-based at home. I grocery shop animal-based. When you can find a diet that works for you, whether that is cutting out bread or cutting out sugar, any diet, any lifestyle, when you figure out a diet that is beneficial to your body, your mind, and just the way you need to live, phenomenal. Love it. Next thing, your close circle. Who you surround yourself with is going to directly correlate with your healthy lifestyle. You need to surround yourself with good people that are bringing you up and benefiting your mental state, your heart, your mind. You need people around you that are beneficial to you. That's a part of a healthy lifestyle. Next, physical activity. If you are not moving your body in some way, shape, or form every day, every other day, a couple times a week, it is so good for your cognitive longevity and just your heart. Like everything. Physical activity is never a bad thing. It's really not hard to get up and be active and move your body. Do it. It's so good for you. Next, hydration. People don't understand how big of a part hydration plays into your quality of life. Drink your freaking water. Thing is balance. You need to have balance. As much as I can say, work out, drink your water, eat well, do all these things. If you're not also enjoying life and you're putting so much stress on it, it's also not going to benefit you. You need to find a healthy balance. You need to get your water in, but you can also have a glass of wine. Eat really well, get all your nutrients, get vegetables, your fruits, take your vitamins, all of that stuff, but you can also go and have a pizza if pizza is your favorite thing. You need to have balance. You need to have fun. You need to enjoy life. You need to live. So as long as you're doing all of those things, as well as balancing it. And the next thing that I would say for living a healthy lifestyle is to understand that life is not that serious. You can't live for anybody else other than yourself, and just don't take life too seriously. But yeah, I would say diet, your close circle, physical activity, hydration, balance, and not taking life too seriously. Those all go into living a healthy lifestyle. Some other things that kind of went into that I got questions on are like my workout routine and self-discipline for animal-based. My workout routine, I try to get 10 to 15,000 steps a day if I can. I'm very lucky. I have a very lenient schedule. I do Pilates 2 to 3 times a week, and I do core power yoga. If I can't get to any of those, I will go to the gym and I will lift weights by myself. Just always making sure that I'm active. That's pretty much my workout routine. It's like a lot of steps and taking workout classes, core power yoga, Pilates, whatever it is, multiple times a week. How do I have the self-discipline for animal-based? Do 75 Hard. That will teach you self-discipline immediately. If you've never done 75 Hard, do it. I didn't know if I had self-discipline. I was like, I feel like I'm not super disciplined. I killed 75 hard. I did not cheat one time, and that is the proudest I've ever been of myself ever in my life, was doing 75 hard, because I was like, I thought I couldn't do all of this. I can do it, and I killed it. I picked the hardest diet, which is animal-based, and I've never felt better in my entire life. When you start feeling as good as you do from a diet and you see the payoff, it's so easy. The next question that I got is, do I struggle with mental health? I'm going to say, as an umbrella over all mental health, no, I do not. Like, I am really fortunate to have a clear head on my shoulders. Something about me is like, if I think that I am becoming either depressed or anxious, I'm really good at getting myself out of it. Like, there are things that I get really anxious about, and there are things that make me really upset and sad, and I'll get in. I don't want to use the word depressive because I feel like that's diagnosing myself as like depressed, and I'm definitely not that. But there are times where I get really sad for periods of time over certain things. But I would say overall, I do not struggle with mental health, and I am really fortunate to be able to say that. However, with that being said, there are certain things about my life that I do get really anxious over, my job being one of them. Putting your entire life on social media will give you anxiety. If you think, like, I was never an anxious person, my anxiety has definitely heightened since having my entire life on the internet, because opening yourself up to that level of judgment will give you anxiety. It will cause you anxiety. It will put you in bad moods sometimes. That's kind of just, it comes with the territory. And I also get pretty anxious in relationships. I have an anxious attachment style. So a lot of anxiety comes out around someone when I'm dating them. I think because the anxiety in me has to come out some way, and I'm not an anxious person. I don't get anxious just to get anxious. Like, I don't struggle with anxiety on the day-to-day, but when I'm dating someone and around my job, I do get anxious. So there's that. And how I manage it, I'm really good at getting outside and turning my phone off. When it has to do with my job, I turn my phone off. I go and get outside, and I surround myself with people that are in my everyday life, because a lot of my anxiety revolves around what is my alternate reality, which is like what I see through my phone. So I'm really good at turning my phone off and going into the real world and going out into nature, going on a walk, going to the beach. I used to go to the beach a lot when I was home, but now it's just going on a walk pretty much and just turning my phone off. If it's around the person that I'm dating, I try to talk to them, and I express how I'm getting anxious, why I'm anxious, and what's rooted the anxiety, like why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, and talking through it with them. If you are someone that gets really anxious in relationships, communication is the best way to get through it, is like talking to them and helping them understand where you're coming from. If it's someone that can't help you get through that, how they perceive your anxiety, that's a really big thing in a relationship. And if they can't do that, then it's a red flag. If they can't do that, talking through it with them, that's one way that I really get out of my anxiety in a relationship. Mental health struggle. I don't really struggle with mental health, but I do get anxious. So there's that. I'm blessed. I'm very, very fortunate. Okay, so my last two questions are kind of regarding relationships a little bit. I didn't want to do too much about relationships, but I did get two questions that I did want to answer. So my first one being non-negotiable for a partner. My biggest non-negotiable that is like fundamentally, if they do not have this, it will never work out, and that is loyalty. And I don't mean loyalty just like, oh, they're loyal, they don't cheat on me. I mean loyalty as in like ride or die, this is my person to the grave. Because there's loyalty, some people see like, oh, loyalty is just like not cheating. No. The reason I'm so stuck and big on loyalty is because loyalty is my most defining character trait. Like, if I am nothing in this world, I am loyal. That is also why my circle is so small, is because when I love you, I will do literally anything for you. I will kill somebody for you, and I am not ashamed to say it. I wouldn't literally kill anyone, obviously. If I'm gonna choose to spend my life with you, or I'm gonna choose for you to be my partner, we need to have the same level of understanding that like, this is my partner above everybody else in the entire world. You are choosing to do life with them. You're choosing to go through the good, the bad, the thick, the ugly, the real, all of it. If you're not willing to say like, yeah, you're my person and everything else could go to shit in a basket, you're still my person at the end of the day. Like that, the same level of loyalty has to be the same for both parties, for me personally. If that's not you, great. Don't care. For me, we need to be on the same page in terms of that. So that is my non-negotiable. Like our level of loyalty has to be the same. And the last question, I left it to last because I feel like the amount of people will have weaned out of this video by now, is am I in a relationship? I'm not currently in a relationship. I got out of a relationship 4 months ago now. I want to say like 5 now, 4, maybe 4.5. And that was a tough relationship to get out of because he is someone that I admire probably more than anyone I've ever met in my life. Like he is such a good human being, but we were at 2 very, very different points of our life, and he just was not providing me with what I needed at that time. And I wish him nothing but the best. He is such an amazing guy. I want him to be so happy. But that relationship, or that ending to that relationship, was really hard for me because the connection that I felt to him was like, I'm never gonna find this again. And then I came to Texas and I wasn't looking for anything. I was like, okay, I just came out of the best relationship. He treated me so amazingly. I am not looking for another relationship. I don't want to get into another relationship. I'm going to Texas. I'm gonna be single. I'm gonna live the single life, and I'm gonna be completely Samantha for so long. And then I got here and I met somebody. The questions that I got was, how did you meet this person? She commented, she was like, do you have a new man, and how the heck did you find him? Because I'm really struggling to find someone. So how did you find someone so quickly? Mutual friends. We met through a mutual friend. It just happened. Like it literally just happened. She was like, I have this guy. I'm gonna invite him. I think you should meet him. And I'm like, no. I'm not meeting him. I don't want to get into a relationship. I'm not going to like him. Just tell him to go home. And she was like, he's already on his way. I'm like, God damn. The amount of guys that I like is so rare. Like I never like guys. The second they open their mouth, I'm just like, please shut up. So I wasn't really that concerned. And then he showed up and I was like, oh, you're really cute. So Texas, he was in boots and jeans and a hat and his shirt was tucked in. Like, oh, you're so Texas. But I was just like, whatever, like I just got out of a relationship. Like I wasn't even thinking about it. Like I was just like, oh, he was cute, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. And then we went out together. It was like a whole group of us, and we went out together, and he was making me laugh. I don't think I stopped laughing the entire night. Like literally the whole night he was making me laugh, and I was just like, so no, I'm not in a relationship, but there's a boy that I have a crush on. I don't know. If it doesn't work out, then that'll stink, but that's it. That's kind of all that I'm gonna touch on for this point of the video. I hope after this, you guys have a pretty good understanding of my personality. Definitely a lot more that I could say about me for you guys to better understand who I am. But I think that's a pretty good building block, pretty good foundation. So I hope you all enjoyed watching, and I cannot wait for all of the YouTube videos to come. I feel like I'm just getting into my YouTube journey, so I'm really excited. Thanks for watching. Bye, ladies.